may the sun in his course visit no land more free, more happy, more lovely than our country. This quote by the legendary Sardar Bhagat Singh describes his feelings of patriotism and nationalism while he was fighting for our country's independence. And today, we are confident to say that together, as a society, we are striving to achieve what our predecessors always dreamed of and are working towards making an even better India for the future. With that, I would like to wish everybody a very happy Independence Day. I, Nandika Rohit, along with Advik Rohit from Khaitan Public School, Ghaziabad, have the privilege of anchoring the first episode, the Independence Day special of Khaitan TV. It's our 74th year as a free country, and we owe this freedom to all the Indians who fought fair and hard for this privilege. Let us salute the nation, its history and its culture today as we commemorate the freedom we earned through 200 years of immense struggle. On this auspicious occasion, I would firstly like to welcome our chief guest for the evening, Major General Lakhwinder Singh. It's a pleasure to have you here with us, sir. I would also like to welcome the members of the Khaitan family of schools, Mr. Anirudh Khaitan, Mr. Vedant Khaitan, and Mr. Utsav Khaitan to this extraordinary event.
This country has a very rich history, and every time I read about it, I feel more proud as an Indian. Sometimes we forget, our own legacy, what our forefathers have left for us. I would like to describe you my version of legacy. Everyone's version may be a bit different. So I lost my grandfather about 10 years ago, about a decade ago. And 2 years ago, I had gone to visit a friend of mine. His grandmother, who was 90 plus, was sitting, and she was old and very gracefully sitting, but we could see that she couldn't really move much. And then when my friend introduced me as Mr. Gajanan Khaitan's grandson, she literally sprang up from a chair and said, तुम्हारे दादाजी ने हमारे कॉलोनी के लिए और हमारे लिए इतना किया है कि अगर तुम उनके पोते हो तो तुम मेरे भी पोते हो. And that, my friends, is legacy. It's all the good deeds your forefathers have done, those selfless deeds that you are living on. They have left a beautiful path for you to tread on. Today, all of us here, each one of us, have this legacy. It is very important to know what your legacy is and see what your forefathers have left for you, because it is your responsibility to take that forward.
Our schools have celebrated Independence Day on their campuses for decades. However, it is only because of the precarious situation that the world faces today that our schools have been brought together on this platform, which was impossible to even imagine just a few months ago. As they say, every cloud has a silver lining, which I guess in some ways has always been the essence of the Khaitan family, to recognize opportunity in moments of crisis, to notice the winds of change and learn to adapt quickly.
I'd like to speak about my grandmother, Draupadi Devi Khaitan, the late Draupadi Devi Khaitan. She was not formally educated. Whatever she learned through reading. She self-taught herself. And, in those days, and she could speak perfect English for that time period, she learned everything herself, and she had a great passion for education as well. So she set up BDM International in Calcutta. There were only 3 students then, and one of them was one of her sisters. And since that time, the school has grown. My father took it over later, and he has increased the entire, he's made the school much bigger than it was before, but the seeds were sown by my grandmother.
The Khaitan School, Noida presents Odyssey, Confluence Saga of the Khaitan family. India's tryst with destiny is where it all began.
Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny, and now the time comes when we shall redeem our pledge, not wholly or in full measure, but very substantially.
In 1947, on the eve of India's independence, our founder, Shri G.N. Khaitan, or Babuji as he was lovingly called, was in fact with the father of the nation and spent the entire evening with Gandhiji, driving him in a car through the alleys of Calcutta. The bond between the Mahatma and Babuji was a special one. Together, all the schools spearheaded by the Khaitans today teach over 15,000 students besides other smaller schools that are run and managed by various members of the Khaitan family, which were the brainchild of Babuji and his wife.
First of all, I would like to address all students and members of the faculty and the Khaitan family and wish them a happy Independence Day. Khaitan family is truly legendary. I've heard the history for the first time, and I think they're a great service to the nation, because education field is most important for nation building, and they're doing a great job of it. I wish them all the best. Let me talk to you about Kargil War very briefly. So this should give you a visual as to what type of heights we have to tackle. There are bare slopes, there's no cover. There are steep slopes, the ridges are sharp, and the man sitting on top can take a pot shot at you even with a catapult. And if you had weapons, obviously the person trying to march up will have a tough time climbing up and fighting him. So we took stock of the situation and realized that unless we can pulverize the enemy sitting on top and force him not to fire on our infantry troops which are attacking up, there was no way we could evict them from the heights. We sat down, made a plan, thought about various contingencies, and we reached a solution that we had to exploit the Bofor gun and use it to fire it precisely on a point. We tried the experiment, and the first experiment we tried was in Toroling. We took 2 Bofor guns and fired at them. The results were much better than we expected. It was so much so that people sitting on Toroling Heights, the Pakistanis, started shouting, "Hame bachao, yahan par kahr baras raha hai. Save us, the hell is falling on us." Close to the height was 18 grenadiers which had attempted to capture it earlier. As a lot of people got awards for their brave, courageous deeds, there's so many of them who are unsung heroes of Kargil. For them, I have a quote to take. I will take you back to Kohima after the Second World War or Burma War. There is an epitaph there which must be remembered by all. It says, "When you go home, tell them of us, that for your tomorrow, you gave our today." Jai Hind.
For the most anticipated part of the evening, the interactive session with Major General Singh, our panelist and chief guest for the evening.
Good evening, sir. I'm Rashi Ratan from Khaitan Public School, Sahibabad. And I have a question that I'm very, very curious about. That is strategizing a part of the training in the army, and what is the thought process behind making strategies?
You see, as you go in service, as I said, you go through many courses which develop you and for high responsibilities, make you responsible for them. So in the process of this, you also do many studies. And it's a constant endeavor to make new strategies, new plans, new techniques. It's an ongoing process. And therefore, every time there are some special courses for some senior officers which go specifically into this and train you for this. At the end of the day, it's your mind on the spot which has to work out what is the best solution. Everything you do in school, in classrooms, may not work, but it's the experience and your application of your education, your mind, that helps you most.
So I'm Abhimanyu Narayanan, and I'm the head boy of the Khaitan School, Noida. So I was asking that the drive and the passion that we require to join the army? Because what everyone shared right now is that they're scared at some point to join the army. So what steps could be taken for solving this problem or dilemma of ours?
So I think Anirudh should take you to various army units sometimes and make you visit that and interact with young officers and see how they live. Maybe they'll motivate you to see what a good life army is. And your school can do a lot to tell you, educate.
Sir, as per said that a lot of courage is required for being in army, and a person should be mentally and physically prepared also. So, sir, according to you, what is your opinion that a army aspirant should be how much mentally and physically prepared for being in the army?
Well, every aspirant has to get through a written test and various tests to join army. And once you have joined an army, you leave it to the army training to prepare you in that field. They prepare you well, physically, mentally, morally, in every way, and get that fear out of your mind. So I would also, I was telling the last student that you should ask your school to start a little orientation towards armed forces, so you can get the right perspective. You only read about it, but once you have the right perspective. If you see a cadet from IMA when he passes out and he's just about 20, he's the fittest man you can see in the world. They're absolutely fit as a fiddle. You can't get them down. And therefore, I think your school should take steps to bring this in the school, boys and girls. And today the girls are free to join army. They get commissioned, they can serve for long years, they can become senior officers. So, do so.
We thank you, sir, for spending your precious time with us. It was truly an enlightening experience to hear you speak. Thank you for being the chief guest for the inaugural episode of Khaitan TV this Independence Day. You truly made the occasion extremely memorable for us all.